So let's take a look at the indexes now. And let's look at the NASDAQ, which is, let's take a look at QQQ instead. I'm going to throw QQQ in here and I'll throw SPY in here as well instead of looking at the futures charts. So QQQ gapped up, sold off a little bit. No huge red flag over here. Bears are trying for the top. Bears do not want to let it pass that all-time high. So Bears want to defend that. Was a gap up and sell off. Was too far from the red line, and it pulled back over there today. No huge red flags. Still held the low of yesterday, so we're still in this daily higher low pattern that we're setting every day. No huge volume spike today, so no real eminent red flags. Although one thing I noticed on SPY was that pretty much every single day it's gapping up and then ending lower than it started. So I find that a little bit of a red flag. Okay, and SPY has this potential bearish MACD cross forming on the weekly. So that's a little bit concerning. This QQQ already had that weeks ago. So not too sure over here. I guess we're going to have to see in the short term. We are holding our moving average supports on the weekly chart. Again, bears are going to try for this bearish head and shoulders. And bears do not want to let it pass that all-time high. I'm thinking it's going to consolidate for a few days before deciding the potential direction, whether break bearish or bullish. So right now may not be best to make too many trades. Let's look on the shorter term time frames. A 4 hour, we had a little bit of a double bottom down there. Rising wedge, pulled back, faked out the bears, pushed bullish. We're still in higher lows, higher highs, but could this be a little bear flag potentially on the 4 hour? Not too evident, but just keep our eyes on that over there. Now we are holding this support. Previous resistance is now holding as a support thus far. So that is a good sign for the bulls over here on the NASDAQ and QQQ, which should be heavily related to SPY as well. They're very similar. SPY did hit all-time highs today, not by much. No real eminent red flags. They look okay. We're in a fairly tight range. We're not moving too much on the indexes recently. You look back, and we were seeing some sizable moves to the upside or the downside, whereas the past month or two, we haven't been seeing much action, which is interesting. Okay. Oil keeps pushing higher and higher and higher. $70 a barrel right now. Wow. This looks bullish still. I don't see much red flags on oil. Getting a little overbought, but not much. It's looking strong. Let's look back in history on oil. Clear resistance up here, which is around $76 a barrel or so. So that's the next real resistance we're looking at on oil. But oil's strong. Inflation's going up, my friends. The VIX was up today. Interesting. Even though SPY was barely down, the VIX was up almost 4%. You know, not really much to say about the VIX chart. Just keeps getting this similar kind of action. Not much to say over there. Keep setting lower lows without real follow through. So it's a bit of a falling wedge. I don't know. Not too much to say over there right now. Dow Jones, very similar to SPY, was unable to touch all-time highs yet, pulling back a little bit over here. USD CAD. US dollar looks like it's about to break out compared to the Canadian dollar. I was talking about how we have a little bit of a falling wedge over here on the US dollar. And it looks like it might be breaking out. This is a clear support on USD CAD. And you could see this from years ago. This from 2015, from years ago, holding this area as a support as of now. We are oversold on the monthly. We have many months of red in a row. Lower high every single month. So if we broke that pattern, it would be bullish for USD CAD, for the US dollar compared to the Canadian dollar. We've been consolidating around here. This could have been a bear flag, but it's not breaking lower, and it's taking too long to play out. So I don't think it's going to be a bear flag. I think we are going to see some upside on USD CAD, at least in the short term. Plus, we are also fairly oversold. And we got a bullish MACD cross on the daily not too long ago, and our RSI is starting to show some strength. We had this big volume spike, which was on a higher level, but it's still near these lows in general. So thinking bullish for USD CAD, at least in the short term. Okay, so now we'll take a look at gold. Still healthy consolidation, although bears are trying for this double top here to try and change the trend in their favor. Bears would want to break today's low and set a lower low so that it ends up being a lower high, lower low pattern on the daily. So keep an eye on gold right now. What you want to look at is each daily low because we're setting higher lows each day. And tomorrow we set a higher low, and if not, if we break bearish, then we're looking at this support down here of 1856 as the next clear support to look at on gold. Silver and gold are very tight together. Uh, Silver's looking quite bullish though. Still potential V-shape kind of cup and handle over here is the handle. Can we break bullish? Same thing, higher lows every day. That's what you're going to be watching when trading these. Is the low from today's candle or yesterday's candle as potential support areas. And if not, if it breaks those, then you look to the next support areas after. Okay, so we're going to leave that here. I think I'm done with the videos for today. Try to make them a little bit quicker today. Again, remember to like, subscribe, share, comment, and check out my course. Have a nice evening, guys.